everyone. Welcome back. He is Commander Trekyardians.
And he is Captain Foley.
And today we're here to talk on this wonderful channel called Trekyardians.
And sometimes Flight Yard.
About the Orions.
On Lower Ducks, a Star Trek show.
Yes, we're talking about Lower Decks.
We're not insane, guys. This is real. You're watching this. There's a reason for this.
Another faction, another family, another house in the Orion Syndicate, the Orion world, the Orions.
Can we get, Stuart, a slow clap for Mike McMahon once again, being the smart SOB he is? There's only like 20 animated series episodes or less, and he has actively brought back in, a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen elements because he wants to reintegrate and make sense of. Because, Stuart, these are the animated series, 1980s? 1970s?
70s, yeah.
Aliens who are Orions, but they didn't call themselves Orions because pronunciation, and now he successfully managed to retcon it all into a logical through line.
The story goes, if you watch the animated series, we are the Orions, and just the actor who was reading the script mispronounced Orions, and now it's a thing, and that's great. And they're blue skinned as opposed to green. It's kind of it's close to green, but is it?
Well, we have seen a wide variety of Orions in Lower Decks with the various hues, so it has been very in keeping. And they were in the trailer, and we knew what they were, we knew what they were going for. I suppose they might have been a time travel episode or cryostatically frozen TOS versions, because the same uniform was a bit of a stretch that long ago. But also, if the gimmick is the gimmick, you want to embrace the gimmick, and so they did that by bringing the ship back, episode 2, and these guys back, and gave them a pretty interesting little story in that it's more about the jabs between these two cultures that you get a sense of who and what these are. They haven't been back in decades, so they kind of establish it fresh again. But here they are, guys, and how did you feel seeing them appear on screen for the first time?
I thought it was great, and yeah, the reference to the Orions, and then it's even said in the one episode, it's pronounced Orions, you idiots. Yeah, I thought it was great, and I really enjoy when Mike McMahon or Aaron Waltke or somebody will take an element from, the animated series or something else that they absolutely love because they're huge Trek fans and incorporate it into their new show, and hence kind of canonizing it and explaining some irregularities, So yes, I was happy to see these guys. Even the uniforms kind of made me chuckle a little bit.
It's wonderfully dated, right? They didn't even try and change it very much, which is fine. Speaking of then, here is the original appearance and therefore contrasting art style. Now, what do you think? Now you've been, I don't know if you re-researched this. What do you think? What's your gut reaction here?
Well, the funny thing is just seeing this picture, and I had forgotten, I knew that they were mispronounced, but seeing this picture, I can hear this guy's voice. He's like, we are the Orions. Very dramatic, over the top, animated styled voice.
An actor. He's an actor.
I love the animated series. If you haven't seen it, you're kind of missing out on some interesting Star Trek history. But yeah, this was great to see these guys back. And yeah, I can hear this picture. It's one of those. You can hear this picture.
And it's odd because, of course, the Orion slave girl is episode 0, right? So they were established from the first. So I assume it was a mistake then to give them this color palette, because if they were flipped, if the faces were green, the uniforms were blue.
That's the thing, because the one guy involved with the animation was colorblind. That's why the ships were pink. They were supposed to be like gray and stuff like that. That's
proofreading. Thy name was not the animated series.
That's one of the urban legends around that show.
Because I wouldn't have said these are Orions based on the one Orion we see in the pilot. Because why would you? There's nothing here to connect them. A half-naked slave lady and armoured men in suits, right? There's nothing there. In fact, they are pirates, and their phrasing, like I'm saying, you could have sidestepped them entirely as being another whatever. It's a big galaxy, but the fact they were able to retcon it, put it back in, is super interesting.
And it's funny because there's an Orion woman in an episode or two of the animated series. It's the correct color and all that. It's fine,
It's interesting.
People from Earth, they have different skin tones and different skin colors.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So it's
I'm
perfectly acceptable.
saying you didn't have to bring it back in, but the fact they did, and here's the side by side. I mean, come on, right? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So you don't quite appreciate it until you see it. And the captain seems to have sleeves. No one else has sleeves. There's a detail that you might have missed.
Yeah. In the first photo, you can see the captain with the same kind of headgear and sleeves. Even the eye color and the black around the eyes. I mean, everything. Mwah, chef's kiss.
And of course, in this episode, as you can see, they go outside. So that is potentially the force field belt. Or not, so they've given them a normal belt with a it looks like a sash with the holster thing, so it's fine, right? But it's the same visual, but not.
The last picture, I mean, it's funny. It's like the blue Orions are, compensating for something with their green outfits to be Orion, because the real Orions aren't wearing anything green. It's just funny. And actually, these ones look more animated than the other ones, which I think is also a kind of little subtle jab, right?
They absolutely work as... That's why it seemed to go such an interesting thing. You see the disparate styles. They feel different. It feels low-key and high-key animation, and it's very subtle stuff. But that's also right. That's now, one thing that is worth noting is that we only saw men, I believe, and I think they make a joke particularly about that's a patriarchal society, versus the Orions we associate being... are enslaved women, but in fact in Enterprise they reveal that women control society from pheromones, which is actually female-led, which is very interesting by itself. So they're actually the other view. They are presented as kind of bubbling idiots, which is a little bit annoying, because they didn't need to be that stupid, but they pronounce the species wrong, potentially. But if they're, are they from the same planet, or from the same system? I mean,
they're from the north. Or the ice moon.
They're from the lower upper middle north. So that's the thing. They didn't actually answer the question precisely. And from episode 1, they do some things. Episode 2, it kind of vibes differently. We've seen both now for this review. In episode 2, they do say it's a different house, but in the same syndicate. So you can kind of potentially extract that they're kind of like in Insurrection. The Sona have taken several other races to kind of branch into one big, and like the Dominion represents several things. So potentially Orion in this regard could be they're not the same species, they're the same, same system, potentially all the same planet, and they or some traveller in the 15th century came back and said, "Oh, from the north, the king has deemed our planet's called Orion, whatever." And they're easy to do, right?
It's like the Andorians and the Aenar. Even the color palette is kind of vibing that as well, which is interesting. So yeah, anyway,
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
They don't answer the question, but they bridge the gap, so okay, they're both on the same justice system, same vibe. Although I don't know if it's intentional, but they gave Tendi's sister the similar symbol, which is a nice subtle cultural connection piece. I don't know if that's intentional, but I like that. And I guess she also has shoulder pads, potentially, right? Because they should have some shared elements. They're both crime syndicate families doing crime syndicate things. So, and also last note on this, it's interesting that the magistrate lady, who is told to be quite high ranking, her skin tone is almost exactly the other Orion skin tone.
I just looked that up myself before you did it.
It's kind of a little bit close. It's a little bit closer to the Orions, but it's very much she's one of them, which I thought was really interesting. So that really helped to kind of combine the cultures.
No, it was interesting, and I love Mike McMahon for this kind of stuff. So thank you to Lower Decks again. Lower Decks is doing great work. So,
and absolutely, if you look at the her slave men, that's all 4 different shades of Orions that we've seen. That kind of shows that was a very intentional choice, kind of include everybody. The bright greens, the subtle green, the kind of Hulk green. Yeah, very intentional. I really like that. So yeah, really big and good addition to the lore. I can definitely see us coming back this season. Continuation of the Orion in some form story arc, because they put quite a bit of money into time and money into developing this. I want to see one more piece to the story. Would be nice.
I just want to point out to everyone watching and made it this far. This is from the second episode of season 5 of Lower Decks, which we will have a review out tomorrow, and be doing a live reaction as well. And if you want to check out our review for episode 1, that was the edited one was on Friday. The live review will be.
Once again, well done, Mike. This was a tremendous additive episode where you could have been throwaway. Oh, Orions, but you did something really cool here. And now, like, Star Trek Online can utilize these, or books. Like, fundamentally clever things is what they're known for. So well done.
Just remember, it's Orions. Anyway, comment down below if you knew about the animated series Orions.
Go watch the episode now, right? Go watch it. Put in the Blu-ray, DVD, go watch it.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And so, yeah, comment down below what you thought about this review, about the episodes of Lower Decks so far, anything. And, make sure you're subscribed so you can come back and join us for other reviews and breakdown videos, because that's what we love to do here. And, yeah, by all means, click the notification bell icon so you don't miss any of that content, because we do it a lot. We love you guys, and we love hanging out with you.
Yes, and yes, if you want to support us with what we do here all the darn time, then Patreon is a great way. It helps YouTubers like us do what we do. Or join the channel. These are both monthly on YouTube. Anything monthly makes a big difference. Or one-time help by super chatting on live. It's your way of saying hello or I think this. And we're like, okay, thank you, sir. On our live. Or super thanks on any video in the entire Pantheon. I mean, you can even go back to every Orion ship. And super thanks $1 for the lols, right? Be a reverse pirate. Up to you. Or buy a shirt at the links down below. It's all good ways.
Mm-hmm. So until next time, he is Commander Cokings.
And he is the folly of you all.
I don't like my new name. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.